what you're looking for is limitless expansion. Sexuality means you tried, ambition means you tried, but you will never succeed. If you succeed, that's called yoga. Angamardana literally means mastering your limbs. There is a sense of bodilessness about you because the entire energy system has fired up. You can change the chemistry of your system dramatically just by sitting in a certain way. If you want to generate health from within, each individual has to take it up. The very word health comes from the root word whole. So if there is no sense of wholeness, if there is no sense of life being on in a big way, this means health is not happening. So the simplest way for one to know whether I am healthy or not, when you wake up in the morning, if you spend 2 minutes, just to see whether your body is eager to jump into the world or want to sink into the bed. This shows whether you're healthy or not, whether the body is feeling healthy or not. Health is individual business. If you want to generate health from within, each individual has to take it up. For this, we have to create a culture of health, where right from our childhood it has to be brought in as a part of our life. We have to bring this means yogic sciences have to come. Now I'm afraid of using the word yoga in America, so I keep telling them it's inner engineering because the yoga that they're doing just scares me. Because if you do yoga like this, it is not long before one of these young doctors will research and show you how yoga is messing up your system completely. Yes, they will. They will study this yoga and come out and say, yoga is completely messing up your system, because it will. Because the way it is being practiced is like… what's that, Zumba? It depends what you want to do with yourself. All you want to do is, tighten your muscles and become like this so that you can't turn your neck around. That's up to you. But if you're looking at yoga as a way to step your life up to another level of experience and another possibility of your existence, completely different dimension of perception and knowing, if this has to come, it needs to be approached in a certain way. There is a huge amount of work that needs to be done in that direction. It is not to simply disparage somebody who's doing something, it is just that the problem is there are benefits even in that. Even twisting, turning, doing that, there is benefit. But I want you to understand this. For this, you don't have to do yoga. You swim half an hour every day, you will notice similar benefits. Go up the mountain, you'll notice benefits. Play tennis, it'll happen. You will have these benefits. You don't do yoga for these benefits. Suppose we give you, like Apple Air, the thin computer? But you are a caveman. So you started using this to chop vegetables at home. Hey, it works. It's sharp enough, believe me. It works. But is that why we designed this machine? For that we could have done something much simpler. You don't need an Apple Air to cut vegetables at home. Similarly, you don't need this kind of system, which is a phenomenal thing, to simply feel little fit and have your breath going deep enough into your body and whatever this kind of stuff, you don't need to do yoga. Believe me, it's boring, it's no good. Unless experientially it enhances you, simply bending, twisting like this, like that, it needs enormous patience. It's much better to play tennis or swim, run up the mountain Yes, I'm telling you. This is designed for something else. This is designed for a completely different dimension. Health is a consequence. I would say it's like a side effect. Health also happens on the side. One who is just focused on health, it's not good to go like that. But for this we have what is called as Upayoga, or we have systems called Angamardana. Angamardana literally means, it is being interpreted as mastering your limbs, but it actually means killing your limbs. You do that kind of thing with the body that if you're here, you don't even know your body exists or not. There is a sense of bodilessness about you. Unless this comes into your life, there is no real sense of ease. Carrying this much mass of weight, I'm not saying you're heavy, whatever is your weight, carrying this much weight and walking around and doing things is a drag. Only if you feel kind of bodiless, we call these people nirkaya yogis, that means bodiless yogis. No sense of body, simply because the entire energy system has fired up. When I say entire energy system, in the energy system, which is called as pranamaya kosha, there are 72,000 nadis. Normally, for a healthy, normal, active person, if approximately somewhere between 12 to 30% of this is active, you will live a complete life in normal sense. So what is the rest for? The rest is essentially that as energies move into the rest of the nadis, your perception is enhanced. Because the greatest thing for a human being is not just to build a huge body. The greatest thing for a human being is expansion of experience. How to find larger sense of life. This is continuous striving. In this longing to make yourself little more than who you are right now, if it finds a very… this longing is always on, consciously or unconsciously. If it finds a very basic physical expression, we call this sexuality. If it finds an emotional expression, we call this love. All you're trying to do is, what is not you, you're trying to make it a part of yourself to feel little bigger than who you are. If it finds a mental expression, it gets labeled as ambition, conquest, greed or whatever, or simply shopping. If it finds a conscious expression, then we call this yoga. The word yoga means union. Union means you manage to obliterate the boundaries of your… the boundaries of who you are is set by your physical nature. You manage to obliterate the boundaries of your physical existence. When I say physical existence, everything physical about you is accumulated, isn't it so? Hello? You must get this now, otherwise one day you will get it when they cremate you or bury you, that everything that you carry, you picked up from the planet. Yes or no? So what you have picked up has started ruling you in terms of boundaries. This is what it means. The essence of yoga is in this, that right now what you accumulated created a form for you, and now that form is ruling who you are and who you are not. We don't like this. That's why we do yoga, because we want to breach that boundary. We don't want to live within that boundary, because the very nature of being human is, it doesn't matter what kind of boundary we set, the moment you feel the boundary, in some way you want to break the boundary, isn't it? If you look at this, how big a boundary will settle you? No, it doesn't matter how big a boundary. Whatever the nature of the boundary, you want to still breach it. If I make you the king or queen of this planet, you will still look at the other stars and galaxies, isn't it? Because this is the nature of the human being, that you can't set a human being in a boundary and think he's healthy. He will not feel healthy. If everything is going well, you dream whatever you want, the kind of life you want, okay? What kind of home, what kind of car, what kind of husband, wife, whatever. Everything just happened tomorrow morning. You will see, you will get so frustrated. Right now it's taking 25, 30 years to get there. By the time you realize this, you're not in the doctor's office, you're in the undertaker's office, so it kind of goes away. But right now, everything that you aspire for, everything that you can dream for, tomorrow morning it's there with you. You think you will settle? Hello? Do you believe you will settle? Take the biggest dream that you can dream of, tomorrow morning it's done. You will see you will be terribly frustrated, because what you're looking for is not more, what you're looking for is limitless expansion. That means the longing to obliterate the boundaries set by physical nature. So yoga means consciously you obliterate it. Sexuality means you tried. Love means you tried, ambition means you tried, but you will never succeed. If you succeed, that's called yoga. That's okay, Sadguru, but what about health? Yes, health is a very important element towards anything that we wish to do. Whatever we wish to do, body must be in good place, otherwise how do you go there? You won't go anywhere if this one thing breaks down right here. And the nature and the power of the body is such, right now if your little finger is hurting terribly, I will be talking about enlightenment. You are not interested. Your little finger is the most important thing in the universe right now. This is the nature of the body. If you don't take care of it, it will dominate you absolutely. If you want to be released from physical process, you must keep it in such a good place that you don't even know whether it exists or not. See, right now in your body, there are many parts to this, but whichever part is hurting right now, that is the part you're conscious of. The parts of body which are doing well, you don't know that they exist right now, isn't it? Yes? So if this comes to the entire body, that if you sit here, you're barely conscious that you have a body, you're sitting in total ease. If this comes, health is an automatic transformation. Well, that looks like a faraway thing, but what do we do immediately? For that, there are simple processes. If you just change the way you sit, believe me, in your life, all of you experimenters, just change the way you sit. You will see whatever kind of little health issues that you're having, 30% will definitely go. We can translate that into a nation's health also, isn't it? I'm saying such simple things, what to eat, how to sit, how to breathe. If these kind of things, that much yoga, this is all upa-yoga, not even yoga, just simple sense about how to conduct the body is brought into the culture, into our lives on a daily basis, you will see a lot of things will improve. This may look like too simplistic, but believe me, you can change the chemistry of your system dramatically just by sitting in a certain way. The entire system, when I say yoga, you always think hatha yoga or the physical form of yoga. The basic premise of hatha yoga is like this. For every human experience that you go through, for every level of consciousness or mental and emotional status that you go through, your body naturally tends to take a certain posture. Have you noticed this? If you're happy, you will sit one way. You're peaceful, you sit another way. You're unhappy, you'll sit another way. You're angry, you sit another way. Is it so? Have you noticed this? So conversely is the science of hatha, that if you consciously bring your body to a certain posture and hold it there, the very way you think, feel, understand and perceive life will alter itself. It's just a little bit of engineering that you understand this is how the body is made just by holding it. If I see a person sitting, not when they're conscious, simply they are sitting by themselves, if I watch them, I will tell them in the next 10-15 years what ailments they will get, what life situations they will go through, how they will live their life, what are the possibilities, what are not the possibilities. This is not astrology or something, this is simply simple engineering. Depending on how you hold your body, what is possible within you, what is not possible within you is right there, particularly related to health. It is distinctly there. We have to bring this much understanding. Today when we have engineered the world in so many wonderful ways that we want, I think we are not doing good to ourselves. A little bit of engineering needs to happen to this, because you have to agree with me on this one thing, that this is the most sophisticated machine on this planet. But have you read the user's manual? That's a question. We have to write the user's manual in a modern sense. Writing does not mean writing a book, it's not going to work like that. We have to make people literate about how to read this body. We have learnt how to read a language, but we have not learnt how to read this book, which is written by the Creator himself. So for this, a certain level of discipline and focus and attention has to come. Unless it comes as a culture, individual people doing it will benefit them individually, but it will be difficult to sustain individually unless there is a supportive culture around us. I think that is what we need to strive for.